Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Morning Show. Welcome to Monday. NASDAQ's up 8 straight days, and so far, so good today. Mike will give us a little bit of a market update in a few minutes, but I'm going to start us off with something you may or may not have even thought of, but the taxation of gold medal, well, all of the metals, not just gold, for U.S. athletes. And you may find it kind of surprising how they're taxed on these sorts of things, including having to file a tax form in France. Hello, CPAs. You guys are going to get some work out of this for sure. So that's what I'll start with. Then Mike has some fun topics, which he wouldn't even give me details on. But, credit scores, okay, maybe that's not that fun. But then he has extreme renting. And all I know about knowing Mike for as long as I have is that when you bring something out with the word extreme in it, it's going to be worth listening to. So please stay tuned for that. This is a financial education show, so please do your own due diligence before acting upon anything you hear this morning. More disclaimer information is available at AnkerstarWealth.com, and the opinions expressed are Mike and mine alone. Let's talk about taxation of gold metals. Sharing out my screen right now. Now, you may or may not know that there is a cash prize that goes, first of all, the metals aren't gold. They were a long, long time ago. So if you had a big old chunk of gold worth that much, that's going to be worth a lot. So it's got a touch of gold, and then I forget what the rest is made out of. But yeah, you get a cash prize with us. So and they call it the victory tax. So I'll put it right there at the top. If you look in that first full paragraph, again, this is from wealthmanagement.com as the source. 37,500 for gold, 22,500 for silver, and 15,000 for bronze. You may think, hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you would break that down to like an hourly rate of, tens of thousands of hours that it takes to perform at the elite level. Yeah, it's just a drop in the bucket of payback for all that time you invested in becoming one of the best in the world, or the best in the world, if you will. But also what I didn't catch from the Olympics, and I didn't watch a lot of the track and field. That's not necessarily what I end up watching, but I did not know this. And if you continue down that first paragraph, it says World Athletics paid $50,000 to each gold medalist, and then of course split amongst the gold medal teams in Paris. So I was like, oh, okay, they get their, in addition to their Olympic medal prize, if you will, for the U.S. And then I've seen some crazy things about different countries. I'm blanking right now, and you get a lifetime supply of something or other. It's just kind of crazy. But so let's talk taxes. You're like, all right, hey, you win this money, you come back. Obviously, your life's changed. If you're an Olympic medalist, you get to put that obviously in your bio forever. OLY, if you've ever seen that, and somebody's like, they put that behind their name like an MBA, right? So it's a title for life, if you will. But basically, their taxes income when you earn something like that. Now, I'll put this article right at the top. That's that top paragraph there. So the victory tax basically says you get the first million for free, right? Because you're being penalized for performance, right? And obviously the tax code tries to incentivize things correctly, but it talks about this 16-year-old Hesley Rivera there, winning a gold medal, would not owe anything, right? That would be a lot. Well, if you parlay it into endorsement deals and everything else, then yes. Those would again be taxed, but your earnings certainly from the Olympics are not taxed at the U.S. level. However, you roll that down, and guess what? California, always in the news. I literally have talked about California. I'm out in Nevada right now, so a lot of people from California out here, talk to them about ridiculous California tax policies. That's an opinion. But it's also pretty well-known fact. Anyway, this still opinion. But yeah, you can still be taxed at the state level. So hello, get a CPA if you're going down this road. And then another one that's just kind of like, hadn't thought about that. So traditionally, Olympic athletes don't have international cross-border taxation issues. You're like, okay, that would make sense, right? Why complicate this? Well, when you say why complicate this, and California comes to mind, how about France? Yeah, I think they also come to mind. So if you owe French, you're only exempt in this from paying French taxes on up to $5,000. But if you remember, the silver was 15,000. So anybody that wins a medal that's from the U.S., I don't know about other countries, right? How that works, but at least from the U.S., are going to have to file a French tax return. Now, I've had to file multiple tax returns from different states. That was no piece of cake. I don't know where to even start. Where in TurboTax or H&R Block does it say, do you owe taxes in France? I don't know. So anyhow, CPAs are probably somebody that needs to get involved in your life if you have something as complex as this. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to turn it over to Mike for a quick market update and then off into, I know he's eventually going to get into that extreme renting, which is, I can't wait to hear.
Steve, now I heard all the medals pay, through bronze. And as a former wrestler who has maintained his Olympic eligibility, has not went pro, what does last place pay? Anything? Like if I rent the wrestling and finish last, do I get like, cost of my plane ticket, hotel or something?
Well, I mean, ask yourself, what have you won from wrestling so far, right? So yeah, it doesn't pay a lot if you're not on the podium, that's for sure. I also have my wrestling eligibility, just to be fair.
And basketball too, right?
Yeah, and all the other sports.
Okay, well, quick market update, as Steve stated earlier, showing on my screen, things are in the green, just no major change. Everything's up just a little bit. So, nothing much to talk about there. But, I know Steve and I go way back and we talk about things, and I just want to take a different situation. Steve, you're back, many years ago in the dating world, and someone comes up and says, "Can I get your number?" What are you thinking, Steve? You excited?
Well, way back in the day, yeah, I think, it's a good way to start the conversation before, can I get your snap, that sort of thing. So,
yeah. So since we're in the financial world, how does this pertain nowadays when they say, "Can I get your number?" They're talking about your credit score. Yeah. So we talk to our young kids about paying bills on time and building a credit score. There's more perks to it than I ever thought. I didn't realize that keeping a good credit score could lead to dating success. So I thought this article was great. They are now starting to capture this on some dating apps. So you actually, and I'm just thinking, maybe as an older guy, like I don't want to show my picture. I could just, put down, an 835 and someone goes, "Whoa, gorgeous." So, this article is in the Wall Street Journal. I just had to laugh when I saw it. As people know, credit scores are very important when it comes to buying cars and buying houses and now dating. So, the highest credit score you can have is an 850. I think it's anything over 700 is considered good. For those of us that have established a credit score, there's some things we can do to improve it, pay down debt, make sure you always pay things on time. One thing that I found with my kids, and I haven't showed this article to them yet, but, I've said, hey, we'll get you a little Discover card and you can pay on it and make sure that it's up to date. And obviously if you get any kind of student loan, that also, you might say it only impacts your credit score negatively, but if you pay it on time, it actually helps it positively. So anyways, thought you would get a good laugh about this and the importance of credit scores. And I don't even know what happens, Steve, if you like connect with somebody and they're like, "Man, you're so great," and you're like, "I'm a 550 or 500," and they're like, "Hey, we'll catch you later there, bud." Can I do like a prepaid credit card or something, to show that I'm worthy? So anyways, so that's one interesting article in today's Wall Street Journal, and I can see what the Wall Street Journal's writing about. And another article today I couldn't resist: extreme renting. Now, I've rented an apartment before, and you could rent apartments that have furniture, but have you ever thought about renting a place that has everything, including your clothes? Think about that.
And I'm a little bit of an offsize, so I don't think that would work.
Well, I mean, hopefully they deliver hopefully it's just not like sweatpants or whatever, but there are ways to rent now where, on here, Christmas trees camping gears, and even caskets are up for rent. Yeah, so
How do
I
you
don't know.
rent a casket?
Well, I don't want to say it, but I think you rent a really nice looking casket. You have the funeral, and then they're just like, okay, we'll just bury the rest and use that casket again.
Fine box it is, yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, like this article, very interesting. The person here in this article said they spend about 100 to 200 a month renting other items, including 100 a month for clothes, which actually sounded pretty inexpensive to me. But other items they rent, like drills, you know, I mean, just electronics. Obviously, we know about cars. Leases are essentially a rent. But, you know, I always told, you know, it's good to own, good to own, good to own. This takes it the entire other way. Now, part of me, when I think about this article, I do like the idea of being a minimalist. I don't own so much stuff that it owns me. But this kind of takes it the other way, where like I really own nothing. So I'm, you know, I'm one job. If I don't have money saved up, I mean, I could be homeless with nothing to my name in a second. So I don't know if this trend will go anywhere. You know, I don't know. And we've seen, you know, shoes that are pre-worn that sell for $500 each. I mean, sometimes things kind of go differently than we might expect. Ideas that I never thought would work. So anyways, that's extreme renting, what it's about. You know, who knows where it's going next. What do you think, Steve? Would you ever do this?
No, I mean, that's what a creepy headline, right? Even your jeans, right? It's like, I'm going to rent my jeans. It's like, I don't know. That means like, am I the first to rent these jeans? The 15th to rent these jeans? I don't know. And that whole, you know, $100, you know, a month. It's like, I have of course, teenage girls, right? So that's not going to go very far. I do like that they're into thrifting. And I like the whole minimalist concept, but yeah, $100 on clothes. That's almost scary.
Well,
so try to sell that to your kids. See how far you get.
Yeah, well, I'll work on the credit score for dating education first.
Yeah. There's no sneakers in that $100 a month budget, clearly. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show with our fun topics. Keep your fingers crossed. Let the market march higher in the green, and we will see you guys back tomorrow. You have a good one. Bye.